everybody. Sorry if I'm look a bit weepy. I'm not sad. I've got a cold. And it's in my eyes, and my eyes are running. So, don't think I'm breaking my heart or anything. My eyes will just cry. And they're just crying now. So never mind. I'm not sad. Just got a blooming cold. Hi, Nathan. I've tried all the usual remedies for colds, and none of them have worked so far. So I'm just peed off, really. It's definitely not COVID. It's just a cold. Hi, June. So I'm just knitting and hoping that it goes away. So if you hear me sniffing, I'm very, very sorry. Hi, Denise. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm just doing a bit of knitting and trying to chirp myself up. It's not working so far, but keep your fingers crossed. Oh, dear. Family upstairs aren't well either. But they ate a dodgy pizza or something, so I don't know what they ate. But they've been poorly all night. I didn't have the same as them. So I was okay. Yeah. Hi, Kim. Hi there. How's the doggy doing? Oh, dear. I'm sorry if I sound a bit snuffy, but I can't help it. I'm not sleeping well because when I lie my head down, it's like booming headache and stuffy nose. So I know, get the vicks out, rub your chest with the vicks. But I don't even know if I've got any. And I'm not rummaging under the... We've got a place under the stairs where the cupboards are, where we keep everything like that. So I'm not in the humour to go rummaging in there looking for the vicks. Although I could do with it, to be quite honest with you. Could do with a bit of vapor rub. A rub down with a nice young man, how about that? Might take my mind off my cold, yeah. But don't panic, I've not got COVID. Not that, no, just a cold. Oh my goodness, free lateral flow test could be scrapped within weeks. That's the breaking news. So what we all got to do, we've got to pay to prove we haven't got COVID. Oh, that's great. Hi, Lisa. Making us pay for everything now, aren't they? I'm lucky I still won't have to pay for prescriptions, but other people might have to. Tell you what, they screw everything out of you. Hi, Julie. Yeah, I've got me I Love Manchester B cup. It's only got coffee in it. I should have put a tot or something in it, but then again, I might have gone to sleep, so yeah. Yeah, I've had COVID, but it's a while ago. Yeah, I like my necklace, just big circles. I'm waiting for Shad to come on to comment. Hi, Pauline. I'll try not to breathe on anybody. My friend keeps sending me messages, although she knows I'm on my live, so I'm not answering her. Yeah, I just caught up with last week's Call the Midwife. If you're in the UK, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't watch it last week. Oh, my eyes running. Oh, stop sending me messages. I can't answer you. Oh, dear. It's not like it's rocket science, is it? She knows I do a live. Excuse me. Sloppy but civil. Hi, Shad. Yeah, do you like it? It's nice, isn't it? I love this one. I love it. Nice and bold. Hi, Claire. Hi, Connie. Well, I don't know about the rest of them. I'm full of a cold, Connie, but I don't know about the rest. Yeah. What have I been up to? Nothing much. Trying to get rid of this cold. getting my hands slapped by the diabetes nurse because I've been ever so naughty. I don't know the results yet. I've got those to come. What am I knitting? I'm knitting a very ancient pattern for a cardigan. And I made it about 19 whenever. Making a cardigan. That one on the end. Very, very old pattern, yeah. Very ancient. You know me and my vintage patterns, yeah. I don't like modern patterns. Modern patterns and me don't see eye to eye. I do not want to be told every single stitch, every single row count, every single bit of it in a pattern that's like 24 pages long. It gets me down. I like a pattern that says knit 2, purl 2 for 6.5 inches. I'm away. I do not want them to tell me how to do knit 2, purl 2 rib. I don't want them to tell me every row. I just want them to say knit 2, purl 2 rib for 6 inches, and away I go. I'm not a person who likes to be spoon-fed, if you know what I mean. And it irritates me when I'm watching YouTube videos when they tell you how to do 1 row. And I don't even mind if they tell me how to do 2 rows, but when they tell me how to do 3 rows, 4 rows, and they're all the flipping same, it gets on my nerves. It's like I am not 2. I am not an imbecile. I still have wits about me. I still can follow a pattern. For all those who can't follow a pattern, it's dead easy. I learned when I was 5. Yeah. I don't understand when people say I can't read a pattern. If a 5-year-old can read a pattern, why can't other people? Not like they've got dyslexia or anything, is it? Hello, Judy. I know I'm the same, Jeannie. I just ignore the pattern half the time. If it starts telling me too many rows, I get really off the boil. Yeah. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, really? No, some people never progress beyond beginners, Nathan, because they're spoon-fed, so they won't learn. Yeah. You get people who've been knitting and crocheting for about 10 years still saying, I can't follow a pattern. Huh? Hello? That is just laziness, yeah. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, you were a bit sick, but you didn't have COVID. I'm full of a cold, but it's not COVID, so I won't breathe on anybody. You're all right, yeah. You're fine. Oh, sorry if I'm a bit sniffy. I can't help it. It's the kind of cold that goes up and not down, if you know what I mean. If you blow your nose, nothing happens. But yeah, you feel this overwhelming urge to sniff. And it's not very nice, yeah. No, I don't like spoon-feeding ones, no. It just makes people lazy. It makes people not want to try, to my mind. You know. Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody I didn't wish Happy New Year to last week. Yeah. I think the only one in the house that's fine is Rosie. Mind you, we've had the 2 little ones here all week because they had childcare issues. The littlest one said to me, I've got maroon velvet trousers on. She said, Great Gran, why are you wearing Father Christmas's trousers? I said, I'm not wearing Father Christmas's trousers. She said, well, you look like you are. I said, well, they're not red. I said, they're maroon. She goes, yeah, but they're still Father Christmas's trousers. So Hey. Through the eyes of a 4-year-old, I'm wearing Father Christmas's trousers, yeah? Oh, I know, Jeannie, yeah. I've lost my place. They're doing stocking stitch. How can you lose your place? Am I on a knit row or am I on a purl row? Oh, put your needles away, love, and give up and do tapestry. Yeah, Mrs. Claus, yeah. I don't know why. Why would you think that maroon trousers, maroon velvet trousers are Father Christmas? Mind you, she's a bit of a telltale, but she makes a lot of the stuff up, you know. You don't know quite whether to believe her or not, yeah. Because she comes out with some quite far-fetched things at times. She'll call it, Grandma. And then she goes to me, are you very old? I said, yes, I am very old. And she goes, my grandma's very old. I said, that's my daughter-in-law. I said, no, don't think so. I said, she's not as old as me. Oh, she is. I said, no, she's not. I said, because Ian's my baby. No. I said, I'm Ian's mummy. No, you're not, she said. So where she thinks Ian came from, I don't know. But apparently I'm not his mummy. So who knows? So what have you all been up to? Have you all been creating fantastic things? I've been doing nothing really. I've knitted the back of the cardigan I'd started last week when I was on here. That's the back of it. I finished the back of it. As you can see, it's got weirdy shapings. Oh, hi, Jill. You just got back from your dad's. I'm full of a cold, but apart from that, I'm okay, really. I'm just having a moan because I'm full of a cold, yeah. Oh, she comes out with all sorts of things, the littlest one. She's only 4. And the little one at 3, I can't tell what he says at all. It's not too cold, actually, Esther. It's raining, but then that's not fresh, is it? Because we're in the UK. I've not been out. I've not even been to the shed. I did think about going to the shed, but then I thought, no. Yeah, everybody was worried about you last week, Jill. They were thinking you were stuck in the fires or something. Yeah. Oh gosh, I know. I used to work in a wool shop, and people had asked me to find them a pattern, so I'd find them one, and they say, "Oh, I don't want it in red." And I'm like, "You don't have to use red, just because it's red on the pattern." Yeah. Oh, you're full of a cold as well, Tracy, are you? Yeah. Yeah, or I made that pattern, but I didn't like it because the sleeves were too short. Ooh, measure your own arms. Is it rocket science? Measure your own arms and add a couple of inches on. It's nothing. You're not going to kill the pattern, are you? You know, they can't even add an inch on. They can't do anything apart from do it to the pattern. And if the pattern doesn't fit, and they're stupid. Oh, you've been doing a crocheted sweater. I'm wanting to do something in crocheting, but I really need to start that second throw. And I really, with having a cold, I've just not been in the mood for granny squaring. You know, I need to do the second one really, but the only good thing is I won't have to do 160 squares because it's a smaller size. But I'll still have to do 100 and something, not that much smaller. I just haven't been in the humour at all. Oh, God, I'm choking now with guitar. It's awful, isn't it? Hi, Chris. I need me Vic. I do a lot of crochet, as you all know, without a pattern, you know. I find it a lot easier that way. That was the way I learned. When I learned to crochet in the dark ages, there weren't any such thing as patterns, and there definitely wasn't anything such as YouTube back in the day. People didn't have a computer, you just whatever. I used to lie a sweater on the table or on the bed or whatever and crochet around it. That was the way I learned to make things. I crocheted around a sweater that fitted me. That is the one thing I've never made, Sandra, for myself anyway. I've never made a poncho for myself. I've made them for kiddies and made them for babies, but I've never actually ever made one for myself. You know, here it's a bit windy. I don't know whether I'd get much. Where I don't like wind. I can't stand the wind. If it goes anywhere near my ears or anything. Is that how you learnt as well? Yeah. I just learnt making just dead, more or less a square and a rectangle. That's how my sweaters used to be when I was beginning. You know. If you can't work it out for yourself, do it for a doll or something, you know, or a baby. That's how I learned. I learned the hard way. Patterns were just old doilies and things done in that very thin cotton and tiny, tiny little hooks that you can't see the end of, yeah. Oh, glamping, yeah. I don't mind camping in, well, we call them a caravan, you call them a trailer, don't you? I don't mind that, but you never get me in a tent. No way. If I got on the ground on an airbed mattress, I'd never get up again. They'd find me there, a skeleton, years and years, yeah. Oh, hi, Lizzie. It's your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to Lizzie. Happy birthday to you. We had Sean's birthday last week, and this week we've got Lizzie. Hey, we like having a birthday, don't we? Anybody else got a birthday? Anybody else? Don't want to miss anybody. I won't go fishing, no way. I'd talk so much, the fish would all dive away anyway. I can't be quiet for 5 minutes. You've got to be quiet when you're fishing. You can't make a racket, can you? I haven't got the patience to sit still. I used to watch them catching salmon when they were leaping up the weir, and I used to think that was a bit nasty. They're on their way up the weir, aren't they, ready to spawn and everything? And somebody's there with a big net. I thought it was a bit cruel. I used to think that when I was a kiddie. I was only about 6 or 7. But even back then, I used to think, that's cruel. That's cruel. Oh, hi, Emma. You're the big 50 next month. Oh, you're just a chicken. Gosh. I'd like to be 50 again. It was quite a good period of my life. I was one of those those people that their life began at 40, really, yeah. I'm 50. I had a whale of a time when I was 50. Yeah. Hi, Ethan. Of course, my health was not bad when I was in my 50s. I had the beginnings of a bad back, but it wasn't until the end of my 50s and my 60s that I started, with the back. My health was fine apart from my back issues. It's just a shame, isn't it? Thinking arthritis. Arthur should keep his rights to himself, Family failing, my son's got it, everybody's got it in my family. We're all riddled. I think it's the cold weather. I should have been born in a warmer country, I've decided. I said that to my mother. Yeah. Half of 100. Well, I'm 3/4 now. Well, past 3/4. Yeah, I'd love to be 50 again. It was a good period in my life, actually, 50. Wasn't that bad at all. 40s, 50s, great. Well, not the early 40s because I was still married then. Middle 40s to middle 50s. Best 10 years of my life. But when my back started on me, that's when it went all pear-shaped, you know. But we don't want to discuss that because it's not a nice topic, is it? I'm not one for dwelling on things that I can't alter. I can't alter my back. I can't do anything about it. So you just keep going. Keep going, you fool, yes. Yeah. Sorry if I keep sniffing. I'm very sorry. I know I'm going to get comments. Please don't sniff, but I can't help it. Yeah. You've been cleaning today, Chris. Well, you should have said. You could have come round here, love, and pushed the Hoover around. Yeah. I made me bed. I've got one of these ottoman beds, you know, that lift up. So the other day I was out and I had my newest coat on, and the neck for some reason or other is like that. So there's a big gale blows down. So my son said, "You need a scarf." I said, "I've got scarves. I've got plenty of them." So I'm like, where did I put them? I know they're in a bag under the ottoman because the ottoman lifts up. So I lifted up the ottoman, and of course it was in the last bag that I found. I found my scarves and my hats. So by the time I'd done that, I was absolutely knackered. And then I had to start making the bed. Well, my bed is sort of, you have to take a running jump to get in it, you know, because it's so high. It's an ottoman, and then it's got a massive big mattress. It's like, you know, the Princess and the Pea thing. It's about that thick, about 6 or 8 inches thick. I thought, you know, getting old, buy a good mattress. Might be the last one you'll ever buy. So I did. I treated myself to a really, really good mattress. But it's that thick. So, like, to get in bed, I have to take a running jump every night to get in it. Anyway, when I'm making the bed, trying to tuck the corners in, you know, and you tuck it in on the top end and it flirts off at the bottom, doesn't it? There's an art. There's a knack. Yeah. Fitted sheets. The spawn of the devil. They are. Honestly, they are. And they never make them quite big enough, do they? They're always tight. So you have to get them on. You know, it's like this skimp on the material, skimp on the fabric. So you have to be like, and I'm not very strong. Like, you know, you're not muscly enough to. I actually bought a little stool to stand on to get into bed, but it got on my nerves. I kept falling over it, so it finished up in the kitchen. Because I'm that little, I can't reach the top of the kitchen cupboards. My daughter-in-law puts things at the top of the cupboard, you know, like me porridge and stuff that I can't reach, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I could do with going up one size. I have to get king-size duvets, but I only get the double for the sheet, yeah, because I haven't got a king-size bed, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you've been crocheting baby newborn hats. I haven't got into the routine of anything round here yet. You know, knowing what charities and what things that there are. You know, apart from that horrible woman at the knit club. Not the knit club I go to. The other knit club I tried to go to. You know, when she told me my crocheting wasn't good enough. Yes, she really rubbed up my fur the wrong way. You know, I've never had any complaints about my crocheting for newborn babies before. So I thought, right, well, you're not getting any then, are you? She tried to get me to knit. So she said, if you must crochet, she gave me this pattern with no picture. And it was supposed to be some kind of an angel. And the two old ladies on my table said, have you seen these angels? I said, no. So she found me a picture. One ugly angel was not the word. So I said, no, not doing them. She says, you can bring some in next week. She said, any colour but black. I thought, oh, you won't be seeing this little birdie again. Bye-bye. Yeah. You keep track of your rows? No, I don't. I count them. You count them with your needle. The only time I write things down on a bit of paper is when it's one of those patterns that says decrease at the at the raglan sleeve as before, but at the same time decrease at the arm or at the neck edge every 6th row. So then I really have to start, ticking it off. Yeah, she was very nonplussed, Emma. She really was snotty with me. I thought, oh no, yeah, I'm not for. Because I was doing my own stuff, she said, oh, we do for charity in here. As if to say, don't bring your own stuff because you're not doing it, yeah. Ooh. No, I thought, no, it's not my kind of people. Very clicky, when they don't look up when you go in, all sitting round in little tables, all knitting and crocheting, and they don't look up when you walk in. They don't say, oh, hello, how are you? How are you doing or anything? I don't like that. I always used to go out my way when I had a shop to make sure everybody that came in, I'd say hello. Do you want to just have a look round or do you want any help? If you need any help, just let me know. That's what I used to say to everybody that came in my shop. Because people don't like it when you pounce on them. And also they don't like it when you ignore them, yeah? So you have to strike a happy medium. But I just felt like, when I walked in, I was like, ugh. They just carried on with what they were doing. Nobody looked up. Nobody said hello. Nobody said anything. And I thought, oh, one of those kind of places in. Your face doesn't fit, Jan, And yet my 2 other knit clubs were quite the reverse, As soon as I walked in, oh, hello, how are you? Come in, sit down, So needless to say, I still go to those 2. I'm sad, though, because we should have gone back on Wednesday of this week, although I doubt I'd have been able to go because I'm full of a cold. But the pub was shut. Because the daytime one, we hold it in the pub, and it was shut. So, hi, Enid. So we couldn't go. So maybe I'll be better by Wednesday. But the other knit club doesn't start till February, my evening one, which I'm very sad about. So, yeah. I got a brochure from, oh, your son's ill. Yeah, I've not got COVID, Enid. I've got a cold, yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I'm 74, but I'm 74. No, I'm not. I'm 76. Stop knocking the years off your age, Janet. 76, and a lot of them are older than me. At the knit club in the evening, but in the knit club in the afternoon, I think I'm the oldest one there. But I don't mind. I don't mind. Oh, you can still get it, Enid, even if you've been vaccinated. But I don't have it. I've just got a cold, yeah. Good afternoon, Gloria. I'm positive I've not got COVID. I've not got any. And they were all too posh. I went to one that was all too posh. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Where's Chris? His little zapper. I think we've got a weirdy one. No, I went to one when I was in Bolton and they were all hand-dyed, hand whatever people. They were all a bit snobby, yeah. Oh, they might have been, I don't know. She just turned her nose up at me crocheting, so I thought, right, okay. Suit yourself, yeah. Hi, Debbie. No, they say that if you've had your vaccinations and you've had your boosters, it doesn't stop you from getting this Omicron, but at least you're not ill with it. Yeah. Um, I've had my shots and my boosters. Yeah. I mean, the whole point of it is to keep you out of hospital, isn't it? Really. That you're not ill with it. I'm knitting myself a cardigan, Tracy. A cardigan with the oldest pattern in the hills. Yeah, some knitting shops are a bit like that. Yeah, I remember going into one in London one time, and it was really expensive knitting shop. But they looked at me as if to say, don't bother touching anything because we know you can't afford it. One of them kind of looks, yeah. And I thought I might have been an eccentric millionaire. They don't know, do they? You know, I didn't buy anything because of the looks they give me. It was all like, what are you doing in here? You obviously can't afford in here. Not all millionairesses dressed expensively, do they? Mm. Oh, yeah, I get all the vaccine shots and I get my flu shot and everything. You just have to do your best, don't you? If you catch it, you just catch it. But apparently you're not as ill if you get it. So that's what I'm banking on, yeah. I'm banking on to... I mean, this can't be COVID because I've not been anywhere. Nobody's been to the house. All the family caught COVID over Christmas, but nobody came, yeah? So I'm absolutely positive it cannot be COVID because I haven't been anywhere. Yeah. And I'd already got the cold when I went out on Sunday. So this is the first cold I've had in about 20 years. So this is what's miffing me. Why have I got a cold when I don't get colds? Yeah. Yeah, old people are very quick, yeah. I sneezing. That's all I've been doing. And now I've got this silly cough, yeah. Well, I rarely go out. I've not been out since last Sunday. Not been out the door. Because I've not felt well. I've been staying in my room, staying in bed a lot, really. Yeah, I've not had the flu for donkey's years, Shad, yeah. It tickles me when people say, oh, I've got the flu. They haven't. They've just got a bad cold. When you've got a flu, you're really flat out. You can't do anything. You're just out for the count, yeah. People say, oh, I've got a flu. Really annoys me when the people do that, yeah. Oh, it's definitely time, Rebecca, for you to knit a sweater if you've not done one. Yeah, I've not tested myself because we've run out of those, what we call them, little tester things, and you can't get them for love nor money over here. Nobody's got them. And so I can't test myself, but I'm fairly sure, yeah. Hi, Donna. Well, if you feel like crap, you're amongst good company because we've all feeling a bit like that today. We've all got colds and coughs and God knows what's, yeah. So you're among friends if you're feeling rubbish. Oh, dear. Oh, I know. If you've really had the flu, you cannot move, can you? If you've had COVID, a lot of people aren't. Well, when I caught COVID, I lost 28 pounds. It was the only good thing that came out of COVID for me. And I've never put it back, so I'm really happy about that. Oh, and I've lost 3 of the £5 I put on over Christmas, so I'm quite happy. Oh, yeah, I've not got a fever, no way. So I don't feel ill. I just feel got a head cold. Just feel stuffed up. Yeah, no, this came on gradually. Yeah, this came on gradually. Yeah, I wish I need to lose some more weight. I really do. It would be better for my knees and better for my back. I'm really overweight. Yeah. Now you want to listen to Sledgehammer. I haven't knitted any socks in forever, because I don't wear them. Well, it's about time you finished it then, Lizzie, if it's been on the needles for 3 years. Make a blooming effort. Make an effort. Oh, you're going now, Chris. Good night to you then. Bye-bye. Good night, Chris. I don't like cloves unless they're in, like mulled winey kind of drinks. Yeah. Oh, we want to buy Chris, do we? How much is she? Is she expensive? Where's our other Chris tonight? Where's Chris? Where's our male Chris tonight? He's usually one of the first ones on. It's either him or Nathan that's usually the first ones, yeah. No, we have the proper Worcester sauce over here. It is Worcester sauce, by the way, not Worcestershire. It's just Worcestershire. Worcester sauce. I'd rather do the sleeves than do the back, because at least with the sleeves, you've got something to do every few rows. You've got like increases to do on sleeves and things, yeah. I'm ribbing away, ribbing away, ribbing away. Why, what do they say? Worcestershire or Worcestershire? We just call it Worcestershire sauce here. It's not Worcester. It's like Leicester. When Americans say it, Leicester, it's Leicester. Mm. It's like lieutenant. We used to always say lieutenant. I don't know why it's suddenly changed to lieutenant. That comes from America, I think. Oh, I make my sweaters in pieces. I can't be coping with them circular worms. Can't knit with circular worms. I've got to knit with one needle under my arm. Do you know, Jane, it was a bit not as I remembered it, St. Anne's. It was quite dead. Didn't help because it was raining hard. But we did have a lovely meal in a bistro, yes. That was quite nice. But I don't remember. I remember it having more little shops or whatever. Mind you, going on a Sunday and going on a I don't know. It's always been lieutenant in the UK. Yeah, but now it's become lieutenant for some strange reason. I don't know why it's lieutenant. It just always is lieutenant. I don't argue. I just do it the way we pronounce things. Yeah. Yeah, as I say, it was halfway. It was half shut. Half of the places were shut. And it looked kind of a bit dismal because it wasn't sunny. And they only have the little shops. Yeah, top down. You get these weird bunchy things under the armpits if you're not careful with top down. If you don't get the measurement quite right, you get a bunchy bit. I don't mind top down in crochet, but I don't like knitted top downs. I don't like knitting on worms, so that's the old thing, isn't it? I threw them away when I moved here. I threw the ones I had. I threw them away. I thought, you're never going to use them, just throw them away. And every pattern you look at, you think, oh, I like that pattern. Flipping circular needle. No, go away. That's why I buy English patterns. Because by and large, English patterns are not on worms. Ah, there you are, Enid. She's always looking things up on the internet, aren't you? Yeah, I always see bunches under the arms, or it's pulling across the arms. You know, a lot of the patterns don't fit right to me when they're on top down. It seems strained across. I don't know, they just don't fit right. And the ones that have these longer armpits under here somewhere, oh dear. No, give me a proper pattern in bits, 4 bits on the neckband. They fit right. I used to like the really, really old patterns where they used to put bust darts in on ladies' sweaters. They used to actually have a shape. Yes, there is sword arm ready to protect you. That was one thing my ex used to always do. He always walked on the roadside in case that, there was any splashes. Yeah. Hi there, Susan. We had a very quiet Christmas because we were supposed to be having family and they all got COVID. So nobody came. Hi, Randy. Oh, give over. You're not flat-chested, Randy. You've got something. I like Doris Chan crochet patterns for that because she actually puts bust darts in. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're all okay. Yeah. You want to be closer to the street, it says some diggling. Oh, yeah. Well, we don't have bushes. We have pavements here. You have sidewalks. We have pavements. We don't have many bushes. Yeah. Our pavements have usually got houses on them. Yeah. Yeah, the family have all got over the COVID now. I've got a bad cold, but I haven't got COVID. So I'm getting really fed up of being stuffy. The sort of, what's the term, snotty but civil, yeah. I'm that kind of person today. No, I've lost my boobies since I lost my weight. I've got normal size boobies now. I used to have balloons before. Now they really got on my nerves because they used to get in the way when I was crocheting, I'm all right for a long time, Tracy. Then I start to cough. Cough, cough, cough. Yeah, I used to have. In fact, I've got some bras under the bed that look like I bought them for somebody else. I keep meaning to take them to the charity shop because I've never worn them half before. They're massive. I can't believe I was ever that big. Yeah, they used to get in my way when I was knitting and crocheting because I had huge bosoms, massive bosoms. And that's where the £28 I've lost went from. It didn't go off my backside or my tummy. It went off my boobs, yeah. My son's had a bad cold, yeah. I think he's one who's given it to me, yeah. Yeah, why do you call it a yard when it's got grass? To us in the UK, a backyard is something that is paved or concrete and it has a wall round it. That's a backyard. If it's got grass, it's a garden, yeah. It's not a yard, yeah. Well, we don't have air conditioning over here, so we don't have dry air, yeah. No, a patio is just a little bit like where you walk out, like say you've got patio doors or something. It's not the whole back garden. That's not a patio to us. Yeah, I don't know why you call it. If we said a backyard, that would mean to us that a little tiny back space with a wall round it, with no garden, no flowers, no nothing. That's a backyard to us. We all had backyards when we lived in terraced houses, little two up, two downs. Yeah, we all had a backyard because nobody had a lawn. You were really posh if you had grass and a lawn and flowers. You were really posh. My dad tried it one time. He did try and make a little bit of garden, yeah. You know, he did do that, yeah. Right, let me just count my rows. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yes, I'm up to a buttonhole. Ah, yeah, well, gardens do have things growing in them, yeah. Gardens have got grass growing in them if they don't have anything else over here. You know, we wouldn't say, well, it's still a front garden, yeah. We would still call it a front garden if it was full of flowers, yeah. We would call it a front garden if it's only got a lawn. At the moment, we've not got anything. We've just got mud at the moment. Yeah. No, I couldn't call it a yard. No, I'd still be calling it a back. How can you call it a yard when you've got like some people who are posh have got like rolling lawns and swimming pools and everything, and they still would call it a yard? No. You know, I'd be saying it's my back garden or whatever. Yeah, ours will probably be that, Jeannie. We probably won't have any flowers in our front garden. At the moment, it's just a sea of mud. It did have a lawn when we first arrived, but it doesn't have one now. We ripped it up. Yeah. You'd say you had a pool in the backyard. Yeah, a yard is something small over here. You just got the dustbins in it, and you know, perhaps you keep your bike in it. You know, it's always little over here. A yard, yeah. Yeah, we say what you having for tea. That's your, afternoon meal. Yeah. Well, different people call it lounges or living rooms. It depends where you live. Your dad's got 5 acres in his yard. That is so funny. Yeah, tea is a meal here, but you can also have a cup of tea as well. People think everybody in the UK drinks tea, and they don't. Yeah. I don't know why you all think we drink tea. It's like we always think Americans drink coffee. Oh, I'm all stuffy. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, well, some people call it dinner. When we say what's for dinner, we usually mean the midday meal, yeah. Evening meal like that, tea or something. That's high tea, Julie, isn't it? If you have tea and scones and that, only the posh people have high tea. Oh, sorry for sniffing. I really am. I'm going to get told off. I know I am. So I'm choking here. Perhaps if I have a polo mint, might work. I gave a polo mint to my youngest great-granddaughter. And she said, oh, why does it look like a donut? I said, because it's got a hole in it. But why? She said, it's not a donut. Different generation. I'll try not to crunch it because I want to suck it so it might soothe me stuffy nose, yeah. A lifesaver. It's a polo mint. Not a lifesaver. Look, it's a polo mint. Yeah, the mint with the hole. Yeah, my friend used to suck them until they were so thin. A lifesaver. Polo mints have been around since I don't know how long. Lifesavers are candied. Oh, they're only mints. I think they once tried to do polo fruits, didn't they, at one time? Or am I wrong about that? I don't think they took on. No, these are polos. They're only ever in mint. Oh, it did work a bit. It was clear my nose a little bit, yeah. Oh, hi, Janet. I'm a Janet too. The front yards into vegetable gardens to conserve space. I love anybody who grows vegetables. I think it's great. Absolutely great. You can still get fruit polo, can you? Oh, I didn't see them yet. It's nothing nice. I'm not green-fingered. I'm not. Oh, we don't have laws like that here, inherited. Thank goodness for that. The only thing that would bother me about growing vegetables at the front is if you had a decent enough fence, because I wouldn't like the little cats and dogs in the neighbourhood. You know, piddling and worse. Yeah. No, we have this sort of dig for Britain kind of atmosphere over here where, people are growing veggies everywhere. There's even urban vegetable growing where in towns they plant like flower bed full of vegetables for people to, to take what they want, yeah. I'd be a bit dubious about that because you don't know whether anybody's put something in, do you? You know, poured something in the soil to be nasty, or even the pollution, like from the roadway as cars are going by. Yeah. I did grow veg before my back got really, really bad. I used to grow them in flower pots because I didn't have any actual garden to plant them in. Yeah. Where I lived, there was like what we used to call them allotments. I don't know what you call them. Where you rent them and the space is yours. It's like a little fence around it, a little greenhouse and that. And you grow vegetables on it. Oh, hi, Kitty. Yeah, hi, welcome. If it's your first live, welcome, welcome. You're all very welcome. You live in New York State, Janet, yeah. Agriculture. Do you know, I never think of New York as being sort of farmland in it. It is a lot of it, isn't it? I always think like New York, you know, it's all skyscrapers and yellow taxis and that, you know. Yeah. The Amazon Prime truck is on your street. Ooh, going to be delivering your craft. Make sure he doesn't leave. I get notifications from Amazon. You know, the wagon is coming. And you can click on it and it says he's 4 stops away. And you're like, yay! Oh, I'm trying not to order any wool. I might get some more wool. I've done a swapsy with a friend of mine down in Devon. She liked a couple of things that I'd crocheted, and I'd had them, you know, like languishing because they hadn't sold because I closed my shop. And so she said, "Oh, you know, do you fancy doing a swap?" Because she has a wool shop down in Devon. So I may be getting some wool. Like I need more wool, like a hole in the head, really. But it's nice to have something new, isn't it? Because it kind of, you know, G's you up, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I've ordered two Susan Bates hooks, 4mm. I don't know what I do with 4mm hooks. I think I eat them. I've ordered two since I came here. I like the Susan Bates hooks with the bamboo handles. So I've had to order two more, but I don't know where they're coming from. They must be coming from the other side of the world, I think, yeah. Oh, well, at least he got it. He did buy it, Enid. Yeah, you can never have enough, can you? Know? I really have got enough. I really do. Every time Sue comes down, she goes home with some. Every time my friend June comes, she goes home with some. I just want to turn my shed into more of a crafting shed rather than just a storage unit, which it is at the minute. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer Susan Bates, but everybody's got their own preferences, haven't they? You know, people say, which hook do you like? Which hook is the best? And I think there isn't a best hook. You kind of know what you can work with. You know, it's no good me saying, oh God, yeah, you've got to have this, that, and the other. Because other people love the boy and other people love, you know, those kind of, you know, ones with the big fancy chunky handles. I couldn't work with one of those. They look like they're massive, massive, great big clunky handles. I couldn't work with one of those. And these people who do all this polymer clay on the end of it, it's all right if it's smooth, but when it's got all these fancy bubbles, I couldn't do it. It worked in my hand. Oh dear. That mint has gone up my nose, yeah. I wish that they would have trial crochet hooks in shops, so you could try one before you bought it, yeah. They're not cheap, are they, these crochet hooks these days? You know, these fancy dancy ones cost about, I don't know, $50 for a little set of so many. You know, you don't mind paying if you actually like working with them and they're lovely and they work smoothly. You know, because they are the tools of your trade when all's said and done, aren't they? But I want to try them first, you know. I want to know. Oh, furls. I can't work with a furl. It's got a really heavy handle to me. I got centre furls by Ephraim sent me one. And I can't wear it. I can't use it. It's too heavy. And I don't like the ones that have the short hook and the long handle, you know. Oh, yeah, some of them are fake, those YouTube reviews, aren't they? You know, I only look at the ones that say verified. Yeah, I can't use a clover. You're right there. But it's like horses for courses. You know, I never say to anybody, oh, no, can't use that. They're rubbish. You know, they're just, you know, you just, whatever you feel comfortable with. I mean, some people say, oh, I only ever use the, you know, the bog standard cheapy, whatever aluminium hooks. Fine, if that's what you want to wear, you know, work with, yeah. Yeah, I use the bamboo handles, the Susan Bates ones, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some hooks I find drag. And I also find whatever hook I'm using, it depends which yarn I'm using, which wool I'm using. Because some drag, don't they? Some yarns drag, and you have to change your hook around and to find what's better, you know, for that type of yarn that you're using. Yeah. I mean, I had some really slidey yarn one time, and I finished having to use just an ordinary bamboo hook, which was the cheapest chips bamboo hook, but it was the only one that that actually wouldn't slide off and got the tension right. Yeah. And I tell you what, I do find different brands of hooks are different sizes, even though they mark the same. You know, you can use, like you say, like a boy hook, which is a G, and you could use a Susan Bates hook, which is a G, and they're two completely different sizes. You know. Yeah, you see, I can work with that Karen Simply Soft, and yet other people can't. But other yarns I've used, oh my God, it drives me crackers. You know, it just splits the whole time. I think it's something to do with, is it called Z twist or S twist or something? I'm a flicker with my yarn. I flick my yarn. And so I tend to unravel, you know, the whichever way it's twisted. And I get all these like rolly bits, and I have to stand like that and let my knitting spin round because it gets so. I still got a little bit left in the shed that somebody had sent me from America. Yeah. I liked it, the Karen Simply Soft, yeah. Our English yarns, you see, are all very soft. You know, like the Americans, they call the Red Heart, and it's Red Heart's rubbish, Red Heart's this, Simply Soft, it's not Simply Soft, the Red Heart, whatever. But it makes brilliant bags and brilliant slippers. All the yarn we have in England is all soft and floppy and whatever. So if you want to make something like a bag, it's flopsy. You like your Chiago knitting? I've not used them, Shad, so I can't tell you. Oh, that's good, yeah. I can't. Yeah, I miss watching your videos, Randy, with your little wool all behind you and the cats coming round everywhere. What kind of a website is it before you share it, Susan? Is it one that you think we might be interested in or what? It depends what you're going to put up here, because, you know, we only like things that are to do with craft, really. Oh, there's some crochet hooks. I don't know what they are. I think they must be made of gold dust. They're really, really expensive crochet hooks. I forget what, like driftwood or something they're made out of or something. And I was looking at them and thinking, who the heck's going to pay that kind of money for one hook? Must be crazy. Oh, my brain doesn't work either, Enid, so don't worry about it, love. My brain stopped working, I think, a few years back. I keep passing me, what do you call it, test. Alzheimer test, so I'm still all right. Oh, hi, McGrath. My sock needles are those knit pick slidey things. Oh my God, are they slidey? I knitted a hat on them. You saw it, didn't you? It was the worst thing I've ever knitted. It looked like a learner had knitted it. It was full of mistakes and, oh, it was awful. Yeah. I used to like all the patterns that used to be on, well, it's called Yarnspirations. It was called Karen, you know, the free patterns that used to be on Karen. And then they got swallowed up, didn't they? And half of the patterns are not there anymore. Thankfully, I did bookmark and save quite a few patterns. I used to love that Karen site for patterns. I don't know. Would anybody be interested in the link to the site that Susan's talking about? Tour guides in real time, and you can go on tours all over the globe for free. Anybody want to be interested? I'm not very good with wooden needles, knitting needles, wooden ones. I bought some of those. I know what you mean. They're like little candy stripy crochet hooks in wood that's different colours. Don't know what they're called. I couldn't use them. I gave them to my friend because she absolutely adored them. And she's going, are you sure? Are you sure? I said, I'll never use them. She goes, oh, they were so expensive. I said, I know, but I won't use them. That's what I'm trying to say to you. If I know I'm not going to use something, I'd rather give them to somebody who I know likes them. You know, I don't want them wasted sitting in my drawer, you know. I learned to crochet on the old Aero crochet hooks and Aero knitting needles. And they're the best ones ever. I won't pay a lot for I don't like paying a lot for crochet hooks and knitting needles. I lose the damn things. Or knitting needles, I bend them. I mean, these knitting needles, I've had them for years. I think they're Millwoods. The name's rubbed off them, so I think they're Millwoods. Yeah, I got some ice yarns and stuff. And I got some, it's very pretty. It's got dangles on it and it looks absolutely gorgeous, but it's a pig to knit with or crochet. So my friend says, oh, that's so pretty. I went, there you go. There you go, on your bike. I need to go through my shed because whatever I'm not going to use, I'm just going to put it on eBay and sell it. Yeah. I'm not giving it away because I've got a scooter to pay for. Got a scooter. I put it on my credit card, which was a really stupid thing to do. So I paid £50 last month on my credit card. And then I find out I've only paid £24 because £26 of it was interest. So I need to sell some stuff and get that paid off. I'm not paying all that interest. Interest on credit cards is ridiculous. Well, it is on mine. I need to write to my bank. You can't phone the bank anymore. You can't phone your branch anymore. Well, you can't in the UK. And I can't go back to it because it's over in Prestwich where I used to live before. So I tried to sort it out by phone, but of course you get some stupido person who keeps saying, I don't understand. What are you querying? And they ask you the same questions over and over again. And I'm like, no. So I type what I'm querying. And they go, I don't understand. And I'm thinking, no, because you bloody robot or something, whatever. Put me onto a person. Phone me up. Be a person. I said, well, put me through to my branch then. Oh, we can't do that. Give me the phone number of the branch. Then we can't do that. I said, well, how am I supposed to get through to the branch that I don't live at? Do you suggest I get all the way back over there again? To find out I have to make an appointment and come back on another day? I don't think so. We'll get them to ring you. I'm still waiting. That was from Tuesday. Still waiting for them to ring me. So I'm going to write them a note, a letter, so they can't say they haven't got it to you. Yeah, you can't speak to anybody human, can you? No way. Or if you do speak to somebody human, I mean, I'm not being racist here, but I do like somebody who speaks English. I don't want somebody in some far-flung country who does not understand and does not speak it. And I'm trying to explain to them and they're not getting it because their language comprehension is faint. But people say, oh, you're being a racist when you say that. I said, I'm not being a racist. I don't mind talking to somebody in Ujima, Flick and Timbuktu as long as they understand me. You know. But if you say anything, you get called a racist, and I'm not. Oh, I saw a picture on, I think it was on Pinterest or somewhere, where this woman had taken everything out of her garage. Oh, I thought I had a stash. My goodness me. She would have never, ever used that. And she wasn't a young woman. I wouldn't say she was my age, but she wasn't young. And it was just ridiculous. It was like a hoarder's house full of, oh, at least mine's orderly and it's on shelves and you can walk around it, you know? But this place was just, oh. And I'm like, no. You know, you just don't need all of that. No. I would rather give things away to Well, that would be all right if he had the money. Susan, he's probably worse off than I am, actually. Yeah. No, I'm going to sell some stuff off, and then I'll pay it off. I don't like using a credit card. I wouldn't have used a credit card, but I wanted this scooter and I didn't have the money. So I had to put some of the price of it. It would have been worse if I'd have put the whole price of it on, wouldn't it? So I had to put some of it on. Yeah. Yeah, I've got 2 of those Addy machines. I could knit hats and stuff, but I haven't got anywhere to put them at the moment. My shed's too full of stuff. I haven't got room on the table. Otherwise, I could churn out a few hats, get them churned out. I've crocheted. I've got about 20 hats crocheted up in the shed. Yeah. I've seen where they were asking for nests for little mice and hedgehogs and things, and they wanted people to crochet or knit little nest things. I wish I'd have kept it. Yeah, we don't really have a big homeless population here, but I'm sure there must be people who they're not homeless, but they're not well off, if you know what I mean. Like a charity that hands out hats and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I was in Manchester, there was quite a few homeless places in Manchester that I used to make hats and scarves and things for. But I'm sure there is in Blackpool because there's people in every door all in Blackpool. I don't know whether they're attracted to Blackpool from different places. I'm sure they can't be all Blackpool people. But it's a bit intimidating, really, in Blackpool, to me anyway. Me on my tiny little scooter on my own, and there's people panhandling and dangling in doorways and drinking out of cans. I find it a little bit intimidating, really. So I kind of won't go to Blackpool on my own. But I'm sure there's plenty of places where they're not homeless, if you know what I mean, but a bit like the Red Cross who give to, um, people in need. Because you don't have to be homeless to be poor, do you? You know what I mean? You can be just hanging on in there, can't you? Yeah, Blackpool's gone really trashy to me. I was a little bit scared, I will say that. I was with my niece, so I wasn't too bad, but they did scare me the way they were all like lounging about in doorways and everything. I know they can't help being homeless, but why do they all have to? I mean, Manchester was as bad. I wouldn't go near Piccadilly Gardens for. I mean, there's homeless and there's drug addict, alcoholic homeless, which are 2 kind of different things to me. Um, the scary kind of homeless. They're sort of rolling drunk from 6 o'clock in the morning until whenever. But a lot of it is that drug, is it called spice or something? They're addicted to that and they're off their heads and off the trolleys and scary. I mean, you shouldn't be scared of people, but, they are a bit scary. So I'm going to have my lights. They're quite nice, actually, these. They're from Aldi. Yeah, I used to contribute to a place in Manchester. It was called Coffee for Craig. This girl started it up when her brother, who was homeless, and they couldn't get him off the drugs, and and he eventually passed away, obviously, because he couldn't get him off the drugs. And she started this, it was called Coffee for Craig. And she just started off saying, just buy somebody on the street. Don't give them money because if they're a drug addict or a drunk, that's what they'll use it for. Buy them a coffee or buy them a sandwich. And it was called Coffee for Craig. And then she opened up this big sort of homeless place where she made soup and she made all sorts of stuff. And I donated a load of stuff to her, you know, in hats and stuff. And then all my ladies' clothes when I was in Prestwich, I donated to a battered wives shelter. I donated all my shoes and my dresses and my business things that I wouldn't wear anymore because they were, you know, work clothes, what I call work clothes that I wouldn't wear anymore, like sort of straight skirts, jackets, blouses, which I wouldn't wear now, and, you know, proper court shoes and stuff. I gave all them to a homeless, a battered wives place, yeah. Where I am, there doesn't seem to be many dropouts dangling about. It's quite different, but if you just go down the road to Blackpool, not many miles down the road to Blackpool, and it's just a completely different story there. It was like that in Manchester, though. If you got talking to them, they weren't from Manchester, or the homeless in Manchester. Hello, Isaac. How are you? Unfortunately, today's society has really changed, hasn't it? I mean, at one time, if you were poor, you still wouldn't go and rob an old lady. But now, yeah, I'm full of a cold, Isaac, but apart from that, I'm all right. I mean, in my childhood, there must have been just as many poor people. But the difference was they weren't on drugs, so they weren't nasty. And they wouldn't dream of clubbing an old lady over the top of her head for a pension, but, you know. Now, when I had a car, I used to put my handbag underneath my seat so that when I was in the car, I never left it out in the car, but I used to put it underneath my seat so if I was pulled up at traffic lights, somebody couldn't see my handbag. Because they had a spate of wait until you pulled up at traffic lights and smashing your window and grabbing your handbag. So I thought they ain't grabbing my handbag. Has anybody seen Chris tonight? Chris has not been on. When I worked in Asda Walmart, I was always telling ladies off. They would put their handbag on the child seat bit, you know, the bit that folds out. And then they start looking at things like that. Well, they're leaving the handbag there. I say, don't do that. Put your handbag over your arm, over your shoulder. Don't leave it in your cart. A number of times I told people off when I worked there. Well, I didn't tell them off, you know, I advised them saying, look, you know, we've got shoplifters in the store. I have an inside pocket inside my jacket where everything goes inside, so I don't carry a handbag. My newest coat doesn't have an inside pocket. I'm going to make one. You know, crochet a square or something. And sew it in with a zip. I need to do that. I've actually got a body bag that goes across, actually, that you wear underneath your coat, that's got zips in. Towards a purse is what you would call your pocketbook. The purse is the thing you carry your cash in or your cards. We call anything else a handbag, and I don't carry a handbag. If I'm going shopping, I've got a crossbody, like a big bag, but that's not got my money in it. That's what I put my shopping in, the bits and pieces I'm going to buy, yeah. Oh, taxi driver seriously injured after a vicious knife attack. That's somewhere in Manchester. Every time you look at the news, somebody's been murdered. Oh, we're all coming to. When I was young, a murder was like, wow, a murder, you know, front page news, and everybody was talking about it. Now it's like every other day. Small ones, yes, we did, yeah. We did. There's always shoplifters wherever you go. Thankfully, wool isn't as interesting to be stolen. It was more the baby linen, the dresses, baby dresses and things. Thank God we don't get many shootings over here in the UK. Thank God we don't carry guns. By and large, Britain's not a gun-toting country. Yeah, too many blooming knives, Tracy. I don't know what is going on, why everybody wants to walk around with a knife. In my day, if you walked about with a knife, it was a pen knife. And you only used it to cut things up with, like fruit or something. Little Tide Box. Arrow. Ooh. Yeah, every man and his dog seems to carry a knife these days. All the kids carrying knives, yeah. You know, kids carrying a knife so they'll feel secure. Huh? Hello? Why should you have to? Well, I like that. Look at that arrow. Look at the bubbles. No, I've never understood. The world is just angry. You've only got to say something. You know, you see people get knifed. Why did you knife him? He looked at me the wrong way. Oh, hey, Chris. Look, I was thinking about you. Look, I've got my arrow. Arrow. Yeah, people getting knifed because they looked at somebody the wrong way. Hello. I've looked at plenty of people the wrong way in my life. Thank goodness most people here don't have guns. They might want to knife you, but they don't have a gun. Oh. Chris, I've got a cold. I'm stuffy. I've got shiny eyes because they want to run. I know, it's not COVID, don't worry. I'm not going to breathe on anybody, it's just a cold. You'd be frightened of doing that now, though, wouldn't you, Enid? At one time, you used to say, have you seen enough? You know, somebody was daring. Oh, you'll know me next time. Now you dare say that. I have to move my head so you can see my glittering light because the tree's gone. Have you noticed? My tree's gone. If you were in England and you were watching what used to be called, oh God, there was one guy on it who used to say, we're doomed, we're all doomed. Dad's Army, that's what it was called. It was about the Home Guard. And there was one guy in it, a Scottish guy who used to always say, we're doomed, We're all doomed. Some people have got very good natural antibodies, haven't they? My friend used to leave her fairy lights up all year round because she thought they were pretty. Not the tree, just the fairy light. I took my tree down 2 days ago. You just have to be careful, as careful as you can be. You can't guarantee that none of us will get it. I don't go out much at all. I stay home most of the time, so I'm not in company. You just have to be careful. Nobody can guarantee they won't get it. I mean, look at Carlos Marine, whatever he's called, Moran, how the healed evil. He'd had it once last year, then he got it again and died. Oh, weren't they look stupid, those buggers off, whatever. All that plastic surgery they had, making the cheeks look like. You can never guarantee you're not going to get it. All you can do is do your best. Have your injections, wear your mask and hope for the best. It's so virulent that you just... You don't know unless you get a test. There's no test to be had. You wear a headlamp that could be called a fairy light. Well, I'm sure you're not a fairy, Shad. I feel crappy, but I've not got it. There's no test to be had in the UK. They're all on short supply. Oh, tough luck, Enid. Woohoo. Enid's got no chocolate. I got told off. Don't even know the results of my blood test. But I had to tell her. I had to confess. I said, they've got to be rough. They've got to be bad. I'll tell you now. Yeah. You want everybody. Edie wants everybody to share the chocolate with her. Our little kids made shortbread, whatever they were. They were like little dog biscuits. I don't know what they were. They gave me one and it was green. I don't know why it was green. They'd put green colouring in to make it look like a Christmas tree or something. I don't know. I ate one anyway. I'm still alive. Oh, you mean the ones with the funny, with the wacky backy, and you mean it? I've never tasted one, so I wouldn't know. When I had I won't take painkillers, you see. Even though I've got a bad back, I won't take painkillers. And somebody said to me I needed to make these bunny brownies or something. I said, no, thank you. Did it have any effect on your eyes? Did you start seeing pigeons where there weren't any? No, I once went out with a guy who smoked. And I mean smoked. I was off my head. I never even smoked any of it. I was off my head just being in the same room as him. I don't know what I'd have been like if I'd have actually had anything. Oh, I've just spilt orange juice on my Santa Claus pants. I don't know whether you were here earlier on. My youngest great-granddaughter, who's 4, I'm wearing maroon velvet trousers, and she said I had Santa Claus's trousers on. Oh, it's still illegal over here, Eden. Yeah, it's still illegal. Even just normal wacky backy or whatever you want to call it. I wish they would like legalize it so that anybody who needed it to control epileptic fits and stuff like that could actually get it on prescription. I'm not in favour of. Then it would do all the drug dealers out of business, wouldn't they? If they could get it legally. It's orange juice in here, by the way. Orange cordial, I should say. I've dribbled on my trousers. On my Santa Claus's pants, yeah. Yeah, you get like little kiddies who, have really bad seizures and stuff like that benefit from taking marijuana and stuff. And they can't get it. It's legal to be prescribed, but getting somebody to prescribe it is another matter. And I think, medicinal. Yeah, I think medicinal should be legalized. For certain conditions, they reckon it's brilliant. Even people with Parkinson's, don't they have it? Yeah, everybody has the things that they like to do. I never like to preach at anybody, because their lifestyle choices. You know, I personally don't use non-prescription drugs, but I do occasionally have an odd alcoholic drink, but not much at all, really. But if marijuana was legal, I think I may try it just to relax my spinal muscles, you know, to see if I got any relief. I mean, a guy I used to work with, he had multiple sclerosis, and he used to smoke it. Obviously, it was illegal for him to smoke it, but he used to smoke it because it was the only thing that relaxed all his muscles out. I mean, he wasn't a pothead or anything like that, you know. He didn't smoke it for any other reason except that it helped him to get to sleep at night. It helped to relax all his muscles out so he could get to sleep, you know. And I do think it should be legal for people like that, yeah. But while it's illegal, I won't. Yeah, I'm too scared to take it while it's illegal, yeah. Yeah, it's just not legal in the US, in the UK, sorry. That's why drug dealers make a fortune, isn't it? If it was legal, they wouldn't make a fortune because people could just get it anywhere. But I've always been a scaredy cat anyway. When it was around when I was a teenager, I was too scared. They used to pass it around, you know, but I wouldn't ever. Too much of a scaredy cat. Your dad looks ace, Randy. I don't know him. I just look at his picture and think he's ace. He looks like he should have been at Woodstock, your dad. No, you're not allowed to grow it over here. Not even for your own use. Well, it's not that warm here. You'd have to have a greenhouse and a heater or something. Nothing would grow in this cold climate. Oh, dear. No, look at pictures of your dad, Randy, and I think, oh, yeah, he looks like a real old hippie. I don't mean that in a nasty sort of way, because I'm a bit hippie myself. Uh, yeah. No, your dad looks great. I don't know whether he was a hippie or he just has long hair, but he just reminds me of Woodstock and people who have psychedelic vans and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I never was a real hippie because I was never brave enough to be a real hippie. I just used to dress hippie, you know, the flowers in the hair and the embroidered tops and the cheesecloth and stuff like that. That was my interpretation of being a hippie. But I never smoked anything or anything like that. A friend of mine, the one who has a wool shop in Devon, she was in a commune for ages. Yeah, cheesecloth. Yeah, it was quite the thing. It was white, like cheesecloth with, yeah, peasant tops and embroidery all over it. Hello. Hello, Rosie. What are you doing? Hello, sweetheart. Hello. You come to say hello? Rosie came in. Yeah, cheesecloth was all the rage when it was ongoing in going back to what, late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, I still got one skirt. It doesn't fit me, but I still got it. A cheesecloth skirt that I bought on Carnaby Street. If you've heard of Carnaby Street, it was the place to wear all these. I watched an old film on YouTube the other day of like showing like the street scenes of Carnaby Street. All the guys wearing all these flamboyant hats and dressed in like velvet and stuff. And I'm thinking, oh yes, that was the time. That was my era. Was it crinkly? No, it wasn't. I have got a skirt actually that I bought in Carnaby Street as well. It's in 2 shades of pink. Now that's what they used to call like seersucker, which is all crinkly. Yeah, yeah. The old. Oh, it's just told me I've got a YouTube channel. Yeah, I watched a film about Boy George and how he used to live in like communes, like squats or whatever they used to call them in London. And they used to go in all these clubs and stuff. And yeah, they used to squat in these old houses. I used to think, oh, how exciting. I would have loved to have been, I would have never done it, but I would love to have been in that era and been brave enough to do anything like that. I always remember going to a party one time, and it was down in Moss Side, where it was very, very West Indian back in the day, and going into a shared house, and they all had like locks on their bedroom doors, locks and stuff on their bedroom doors. And I remember being in there thinking, oh God, this is brilliant. I'd love to live here. I wouldn't have done really, but they had this sort of like commune type of living, and they had the music blaring away, and it was all West Indian reggae and stuff. And I remember thinking, oh, I'd love to be here. I was too much of a coward to ever do anything like that. But yeah, I love the films on YouTube about, like Twiggy and all the models from the 60s. I watched a film last night, actually, a documentary type thing about Joan Collins, long before she was in Dynasty, or Dynasty, as you call it in America, about her life and how she'd started off and everything. She'd had a much harder life than you think, actually. Yeah. Oh, Bob Marley, yeah, I absolutely loved Bob Marley, yeah. I used to love going down to Moss Side. It's Alexandra Park, as they call it. And people would go by in their cars, and the speakers were like bigger than the cars, and it was like boom, and a boom, and a boom, yeah. Reggae blasting out. And you'd go down certain streets, and reggae would be blasting out of people's houses. And I used to think, oh, I'd love to live down here. Probably wouldn't have. Probably got me nerves, probably give me a headache, but it was just the way it was back in the 60s. And there's me with my little conventional life, wishing I was more adventurous. I think we've all had times where we wish we were more adventurous. I've never, ever been to one of these hippie festivals. Too old to do it now. Always wanted to do it. When I was young enough to camp, young enough to be in a tent, wearing my shorts and my hippie vests, rolling around in the mud. Now it would have to be a camper van. But I've always loved that sort of thing. My friend used to do it. She used to go with and sell her wacky crochet hats and things. I've always wanted to do that, but Left it too late, of course. Because as you know, I love hippie crochet. I love the granny squares, the big violent sort of circular vests full of colour and everything. I might have another go at making them, see if they sell. One never knows. If they don't, I'll wear them. I look like the old hippie going down the seafront on her scooter. I still haven't jazzed up my scooter yet. I've been promising myself I would jazz up the basket for ages. You know, put like flowers on it and pennants on it and things. And I still haven't done it yet. Maybe that's something I will do. Maybe I will. Who knows? So what did you ever want to do when you were younger that you never did? What was your ambition? When you were a teenager and you were saying, I'm never going to finish up married with 3 kids, what was your ambition to be? Nobody got any ambitions, you've all gone very quiet. Nobody wanted to be an old hippie like me. Come on, somebody must have wanted to be a punk or a goth or something. Come on, you must be something. I know that Randy would have wanted to be a goth, wouldn't she? I don't know whether you're still writing, Randy, or not. Randy writes books. Yeah, nobody's saying anything. You've all gone quiet. Why is nobody saying anything? Has my chat frozen? Yeah. Come on, what did you all want to be when you grew up that you haven't done? I'm going to count rows now because nobody's talking to me, so I'm going to count the rows. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46. Oh, it's not too late. You wanted to see Elvis. Well, there you are. You see, you're a published author, all right, yeah. You always wanted to meet Cliff. No, there was nobody I wanted to meet. I just wanted to be a hippie. Travel around the world with my backpack. Too chicken to do any of it, yeah. "46 rows." So you nearly got there, Lydia. No, I just fancied, like, you know, the Maharajas at the time when people were doing yoga and whatever. Oh, yeah, I can imagine that, yeah. Have you got anything new published yet, Randy? Have you done any more writing? Oh, 40. 34, 40, 42, 44. Now, isn't that brilliant? I've actually got the exact right amount of rows. Yeah, that was a fluke. Yeah. You've been writing, so you should have 2 more books. Oh, yeah, you need to. You wanted to be a psychologist. Now my ambitions are more mundane. I would like to be able to just crochet old boho and sell it. Not easy. You know, I have my own little niche somewhere, my own little... So people would say, oh, yes, that's Janet's crochet. We must all go and buy it, yeah. That's what I would like to do now. Right, now I've got to see what I've got to do on my pattern, which is a bit more down to earth, isn't it? Right. Oh, dearie me. Right, work until it measures the same. Why can I not see? Because I've not got my glasses on. That's why I can't see. Yeah, I'm making a buttonhole. Knit 2 wool forward, rib to the end. Continue in rib. Right. Done that, done that, done that. Next row. Oh. Slip 1, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over. Wool forward, knit 2 together. Oh, do you know? I can't understand that. Oh, dear. I can't see a thing. I don't know why I'm looking, because I can't see a damn thing here. Slip 1, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over. Wool forward, knit 2 together. Right. Slip 1, knit 1. Pass the slip stitch over. Wool forward. No, that's not right. That's not right. It's going to mess up my ribbing. If I do it that way. Going to mess up my ribbing. Right. Slip 1, knit 1. Pass the slip stitch over. Wool forward, knit 2 together. Now I'm on track. Yeah. Slip 1, knit 1. It's my eyelet row, in case you're wondering why I'm slipping one and knitting one and passing the slip stitch over. I don't really block things very often. I only block shawls. I don't block... It's difficult to block acrylic, actually. Acrylic doesn't really change much. No, I don't really. If it was wool or something. What am I knitting? I'm knitting a cardigan. But no, I'm not. I'm just making sure I get my holes in the right spot, otherwise the rib will go wonky. Although I don't know why I'm bothering, but you know. Sorry for sniffing. Apologies all round. I remember once Erin, Give Me Yarn 418, made a video and she had a shocking cold. And she got really slated for sniffing. They're all going, oh, you know, just don't sniff and all that. I'm thinking, the poor girl had a cold. You know, you can't help sniffing sometimes when you've got a cold. You know, it's not always possible to blow your nose. No, I don't really block acrylic much. Oh, you didn't want to be anything, Shad. Have you achieved? Have you achieved your boyhood ambition then? Not to be anything? No, I think when you look back at your life, it's disappointing. Well, mine is anyway. All the missed chances. But you're young and you think you're doing the right thing at the time, and then you find out you didn't. You know, if you had the knowledge that you have now, you wouldn't do half the things you did when you were young. But as they say, you can't put an old head on young shoulders. So who's to say that if I had my time all over again, I wouldn't do the same stupid things, you know? Well, one doesn't know, does one? You know. I mean, I always say I would never have got married, but you don't know, do you? Or not married the person I married, let's just say. Right. Purl and knit one into your wool forward. Right, okay. I'll do that then. Yeah, I would probably make the same mistakes all over again. Or would we? Or would we like our life if we had done different things? I think it's purl one knit one, isn't it? Apologies for sniffing. Sorry. It's purl one knit one. Yeah, you often lie well, I lie in bed a lot because you get a lot of time on your hands when you can't get to sleep. And you think about, if I had that choice again, what would I do? But you can't put yourself back in the place. You can't go back, can you? You can't change anything. Whatever hand you got dealt at the time, you dealt with it, rightly or wrongly. In retrospect, you would have done something a heck of a lot different. I mean, in retrospect, I would have gone to university instead of not going. I do have a lot of regrets, Shad. I do, yeah. You know. Yeah, if my family had said you don't need to get married when I found out I was pregnant, my life would have been so much different. But no. But no. Back in this 1968, it wasn't the dumb thing, having a baby out of wedlock. Oh, you have brought shame upon the family. We shall banish you from the door. You will get married whether you want to or not. Yeah, but still. Yeah, I was scared. I was scared. My mum told me I brought disgrace on the family and I had to get married. So I did as I was told and lived to regret it. But that was the time. Oh, you're back again, are you, Enid? Where have you been? Where have you been, Enid? I've just finished the ribbing on my front. Now I've got to do the increasing. Your daughter was in with in your COVID cave. I haven't got a COVID cave. Right, now I've got to see how many rows I've got to increase on, and then I've got to write it down because I can't remember things like that. Yeah, I was scared of being a single mum as well. But back in the day, you didn't get any help. Oh, sorry for sniffing. Maybe if I blow my nose, it might work. No, it didn't work. I still want to sniff. Oh, right. Keeping 4-stitch edge and garter stitch and making your buttonholes as before. Continuing that's stocking stitch. Increasing at the end of the next row and every 6th row until there are 60 stitches. Oh, righty ho. You were surprised. I was surprised. I was 22. Should have known better. Should have known better. But I didn't. Yeah, I had a hysterectomy when I was 33. Not by choice. Didn't have one. I envy people who have a good marriage. I really do. I would have liked to have a good marriage, but I didn't. So at least I've not had about 4 husbands, have I, like some people do. Some people never learn, do they? They keep on getting married. I only did it once. That was enough for me. Oh. You're on the second and the last. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you've got to have 2 people working at it. It's like rowing a boat, isn't there? If only one person's got the oar, you just go around in circles, don't you? Well, that's what my marriage was. It was only me rowing, yeah. When one doesn't try, yeah. It does not work. You can do all the marriage counselling you want in the world, but if one person isn't pulling their weight, then, or if one person isn't interested, then don't work. Yeah, I think that's about myself, yeah. I think if I'd have got out earlier, I could have met somebody different and had a different life, but hey ho, ain't gonna happen now at 76, it ain't gonna happen now. My bait's gone off. I haven't got money to attract them. I haven't got the looks to attract them. And I definitely don't have that appeal to attract them. So, whatever. Oh, I can't cook. I used to cook when I was younger, but no. I stick to things on toast these days. You used to cook a lot, didn't you, Randy? I can remember you doing all these recipes, things you used to cook in your kitchen. You used to be doing your videos while you were cooking. You never see me doing a video of me cooking. Well, he was a good cook. Oh, I wouldn't want to attract anybody, to be quite honest, Enid. I'm quite happy as I am. It would just upset the apple cart if I met anybody now. I couldn't live with anybody. You get too used to being on your own, don't you? You get your own little ways. It's been hard for me to adapt to actually living with family. Because you get selfish when you start. When you live on your own, you get very selfish. Everything's your way, isn't it, when you're on your own? You don't have to please anybody. You don't have to cook for anybody. If you want to wash in the middle of the night, you can, you know. I sort of find it more limiting here because I've got to think about people upstairs now. You know, I can't put the washer on in the middle of the night and get up like I used to when I lived on my own. I'd get up and start wandering about and clanking about downstairs and, you know, decide to start crocheting something about 2 in the morning, you know. I used to do all of that sort of stuff. But now I've got to think, oh, I can't make a noise, because if I make a little bit of noise, Rosie starts to bark. Yeah, my sister-in-law cannot get used to being on her own. You know, my brother-in-law, my brother sort of died about 4 or 5 years ago now. She can't be on her own. She's like, she has to do things all the time. And I'm quite used to being on my own. I'm not lonely. I can't say I'm lonely ever. Never been lonely, really. I've always found things to do. You know, it's... are you going to bedtime now, Isaac? Okay, nighty-night. Thanks for your company as usual. Say good night to your mum for me. I wasn't an only child, but I was kind of like an only child because there was 8 years between me and my brother. And, you know, he was grown up when I was like the little kid nuisance that look after your sister, do I have to, you know. So I was really like an only child, I suppose. I had a very good imagination. I used to manage to play by myself, do things by myself, you know, occupy myself, play games with my dolls and stuff. You know, it just didn't bother me. But I suppose when you've always been grown up in a family, my sister-in-law grew up as like part of 3 kids, so she always had kind of company, yeah. No, I was never a latchkey kid because I used to go to my grandma's. My grandma lived up the flags, as we used to call them, because we call paving stones flags here. So she lived at 201 and we lived at 211, so there was like 10 houses in between, whatever. And if there was nobody in at my house, I used to just go to my grandma's, yeah. I like being on my own, I really do. Tuesdays, my son's usually at work and my daughter-in-law usually goes out to her family on a Tuesday. So I normally have the house to myself on a Tuesdays. So I quite like it, actually. You know, I can put the music on that I like, have it quite loud and rattle around and do what I feel like, yeah. I just feel inhibited when I'm here on my own, when I'm not here on my own. You know, you have to consider other people all the time, yeah. Whereas I'm used to, you know, singing at the top notes and doing whatever I feel like I'm used to. Don't forget I was on my own for what, about 30 years after I'd got divorced. So having to share a house with somebody means I'm like always like on pins, always on. No, I spent a whole week on my own when they went away on holiday. There was just me and Poppy because Poppy was still alive then. Hi, Trev. Happy New Year to you as well. Trev's in the house, everybody. How are you doing, Trev? Are you all right? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you back on your boat yet, or are you still in the house? I envy him, sailing away on his boat. Ooh, must be nice. I'm knitting, if you wonder what I'm doing. Not crocheting, I'm knitting here. I don't know where Miguel is. Miguel was around before, but I think he's disappeared. He's probably nodded off. Yeah. Shad's on here somewhere. You're very busy. Oh, that's good, yeah. I wish I was busy. I haven't started up my selling shop again since I've moved. So I've been 12 months out of the loop. I need to sell some stuff. I bought myself a folding mobility scooter and I put it on my credit card, which is a no-no, isn't it, Trev? They've not got good tips, actually. Yeah. Oh, that used to drive my ex-husband up round the bend. Clickety-click, clickety-click, clickety-click. I love the clicking noise, yeah. So I need to sell my crochet to pay me debts. Seeing as I'm such a wealthy lady, yeah. Yeah, I do knit, yeah. I do knit as a change from crochet. I crocheted a great big throw for me for the conservatory sofa. I've got another one to do, but I'm just ducking out of doing it at the minute. All those granny squares. I'll give over. Just because he slops it all over the floor. Ours does. When Rosie has a drink, there's more on the floor than there is in her mouth. Yeah. Yeah, I find it quite rhythmic, knitting. More so than crochet, really. It's more relaxing, I think. How's Kelly? I don't know. She wasn't well, as you know. She's had pneumonia and she had to have the ambulance 3 times. I've not heard from her this week, so I should ask if she's managed to get back to school. Because she's working now. She's working as a teacher's assistant now. Yeah, Rosie gets wet whiskers all the way around and she gets it all over the floor. Such a sweet child, yes. So I don't know. I need to ask her how she is, yeah. Whether she's managed to get back into work or not. Maybe now her doctors will... She's been given an inhaler anyway now, which is what I'd said in the first place. I said all her coughing was asthma. And she kept saying, her doctor kept saying it wasn't, yeah. And I said, I've got asthma. I said, I know an asthma cough when I hear one. I said, you've got an asthma cough. Anyway, she's been given an inhaler now, yeah. Oh, yeah, our family had COVID as well. They were all supposed to come at Christmas, well, Boxing Day. There was supposed to be 14 of us for Boxing Day dinner. And it turned out to be just 3 of us with an awful lot of food. So I've got a really bad cold, but it's not COVID, thank goodness. It's just a cold. I don't want that Omicron or whatever it's called. Who wants that? My son's had a bad cold, but he didn't have COVID because he did the test and he didn't have it. Because he was working, so we had to make sure he didn't have COVID and pass it on. Yeah. Where's Miguel gone? Has he gone to sleep? Miguel! Trevor's in the house. Miguel, wakey wakey. No, I think he's nodded off. You shouldn't have 4 ibuprofen, Enid. You'd overdose yourself. You silly Billy. You should only take 2. Ooh. You'll be a druggie. I need a drink. orange juice, in case anybody's wondering. Orange squash. Oh, there you are, Enid. You see, you need to go and see Randy. She's a qualified masseuse. I could do with you as well. I could do with a masseuse. Yeah, I said that to Miguel, and he said, "Oh, he said the funny massage parlours round here." I said, "No, it's ladies only." Oh gosh, yeah. Do you know Jen Cherry, that Star Lily Creations? She has a caravan or a trailer or whatever you would call it in America, and she travels around doing all these yarn places. You know. Hello, John. Specsavers, Boots and Greggs. Yeah, Specs, Ducks and Sausage Rolls. Yeah, a bit like me. Yeah. I've had one eye done, Trev. Oh, waiting for the other eye. Yeah. Then I might be able to see people. At least I can read now. I can actually read without going like that, which makes a big difference. Yeah, I think Specs, Dogs and Sausage Rolls much better than anything else. Yeah. I think you should get back on your boat again. Life on the ocean wave, yeah. Hey. I've got a headache. I know what it is. It's this cold. It was fine, Trev, absolutely. I was more terrified about going in for it. And it was like 15 minutes all over, done with, and fine. I'm not sure if it's quite 100% right, though, because I feel as though there's a bit of grit in my eye. But at least I can see. Yeah. It's nice to be able to look across the road and actually see something more than fuzzy. Scandalise our males? You couldn't scandalise any of the males on here, Enid, if you tried. I think they're all past caring. They can put up with me every week. I'm sure they can put up with anything. Oh, dear. Yeah, Kelly's been poorly, Trev. She's had pneumonia. She had to have the ambulance 3 times to give her oxygen. She wasn't well at all. But I haven't phoned her this week to see how she is. See whether she's gone back to school or not. Oh, I was only 33, Randy, so it was like, bye. I don't miss you at all. Oh, dear. Can you massage my headache away, Randy? Can you do it like Reiki-wise, yeah? I don't know. I never asked her that bit. She didn't leave. She was like in the house. They wouldn't take her to hospital because of COVID. Because she didn't have COVID. She had pneumonia. And she couldn't get her breath. Anyway, they've given her an inhaler now, which is what I'd said all along. I said she had asthma all along. But the doctor kept saying she didn't have asthma. Anyway, she's now got an inhaler. It was asthma, as well as pneumonia. Yeah, I need some Reiki or something. No, actually, I need some massage on my neck. spondylitis in my neck. Old age, innit? Creeping on. Well, in my case, it's crept on. But never mind. I've done well to get to this age. We were talking about that actually today, saying that when we were... Oh, I need something. I need Vic for my nose as well, Trev. We were talking today actually with somebody about, when you think about it, my paternal grandmother was like a real old lady in her 70s. And she was kind of like bedridden. I never quite understood why or what was wrong with her. But she took to her bed, you know, and never came out of it, kind of thing. And when anybody was 80, they kept saying, oh, you know, she's doing well for her age. And here's me, 76, thinking, I want to have a telegram from the Queen, you know. I think I've got something similar to Tiger Balm. It's not called Tiger Balm, though. I think it's American. I think Jill sent it to me, actually. It's some kind of little... It's in a little pot. I think it's the American version of Tiger Balm. I must look it up. It smells like Tiger Balm, let's just say. Either that or I need to find some Vicks for my nose, because I'm really stuffed. Really stuffed up. I can get some off Amazon anyway. They'll deliver it Monday if I order it tomorrow. Yeah. I get neck ache. I can't do with wind. I don't mean wind as in burp. And if I go out on my scooter and I get wind anywhere near the back of my neck or anywhere, I'm really bad. I'm sure people think I'm a right softie because I've always got my hat on, you know, tied up. I've got one of those hats with ear flaps, you know, it's tied under my chin. And of course, I can't do with the wind in my eye that's been fixed. So I have my sunglasses on. I'm sure people think, hello, she's a bit... My son calls me gangster granny. I'm there with sunglasses on when it's not sunny. And yeah, mine's just wear and tear. I'm getting old, let's face it. We all got arthritis and stuff when you get my age. If you haven't, you're lucky. I just wish Arthur had kept his ritis to himself, yeah. I'll probably have sore hands tomorrow because I've been knitting, haven't I? But, you know, we have to do a bit of something. You need to bust out your huge silly putty. CBD. Good night, Vienna. I don't like tea. Does it taste like tea? You know me, I can't even smell tea. I just go... Ugh. Oh, magical tangerine. Hello from New Zealand. I like licorice tea, but with me having IBS, it's not a good idea. It's very herbal. Did you get it from the herbal shop, or is it just... Did you get it online? Yeah. I can't drill chamomile. It's... Ugh. I don't like tea of any description. It's really bad. I like these infusions, like I like... Oh, you've got a new key for the front gate. All right. No, as I say, I like licorice tea. Chamomile's disgusting. My daughter-in-law keeps trying to get me to drink it because of my IBS, but, ooh, no. Kelly used to drink it. She used to drink what she calls sleepy tea, whatever sleepy tea is. But I can't drink it. But as I say, with having IBS, oh, you got it from Amsterdam. You didn't get tulips then from Amsterdam. Other people come back with a bunch of tulips. Or is it a mouse in a windmill? Oh, I don't like tea. I really do not like tea. I was brought up on tea. I used to drink tea until I was pregnant with my son. And then I thought, well, it'll pass. As soon as I've had him, as soon as I'm not pregnant anymore, I'll drink tea again. No. I only have to smell tea and I just heave. I can't even make tea for anybody else. It just makes me heave. You woke up with the tulips. That's what my mum went on a tour once, on a bus tour to go through the tulips. My dad was bored rigid. My mother loved it. Oh, it was so pretty, all these lovely tulips. My dad was like, yeah, seen one flower, you see them all. My dad was not amused by all the flowers. My mother was, oh, they were so pretty, they were so lovely. Yeah, fine. My son got marooned in Amsterdam. He went with a group. He was a roadie for a group, music group. And the van broke down in Amsterdam, which wasn't funny when they had no money between them. It was the days before the credit cards and stuff. One lad had a credit card for some reason or other. So they had to put everything on his credit card and pay him back when they came back. Arian lost his job through that because I phoned up his boss and said he's stuck in Amsterdam, he can't get back. And he said, he's not back by Monday, he's fired. Anyway, he was fired. They sacked him. Wasn't his fault. His van broke down. And it was back in the days where I couldn't have sent him any money. There was no PayPal and stuff in them days. You know, he didn't have a debit card or anything, so I couldn't have sent him any money to his bank account. Right, I've had enough of this knitting now. I'm going to stop now before my shoulder hurts. Right, so I've not done too bad. See, I've done quite a bit. I'd only done one buttonhole when I started. So I've done quite a bit. Oh, you want to know what I'm using? I'm using ice yarn I found in the shed. Ice yarn. It's supposed to be antibacterial fragrance. Kelly hated the smell of it, but I don't mind. You've just got to make 50 wax melts and you finish for the night, huh? Just like that. Just make 50 wax melts. Oh, dear me. Right, I've stopped now. That's enough now. I'm not doing any more. I've had enough. I've got a headache. Oh, I've got a headache. They used to say if you pull the hair at the sides of your temple, didn't they? It got rid of a headache. I don't think it works. I suppose it takes your mind off it because it hurts when you're pulling your hair, doesn't it? But no, it didn't work. Still got the headache. Oh, yep, finished the back. So I've now started the fronts. Can't beat a good white cardigan though for summer, can you? Well, hello, Miguel. Where have you been? We've got Trevor on here as well. Pinch the skin between your thumb and your forefinger. Oh, I want to get rid of this headache. It's really me. I know what it is. It's only me cold. It's only me cold. How long do I have to pinch it for, Trevor? I still want a pattern. Hi, Nathan. Say hi to Trev. Say hi to Miguel. I still want a pattern for that lovely wool I got from Daniel. I don't want to just use it on nothing, if you know what I mean. I want a nice pattern. If anybody knows any nice crochet patterns that use up lots of different colours. Till it goes. Oh, blimey, that might be a while. I'll have a drink. The only trouble with me drinking a lot at night time, it means I have to keep getting up. I'm at that certain age, you know what I mean? Right. Trevor's working and lurking. Did you miss out? No, you missed out. I've got a cold. You missed out Trevor coming in. You missed out Miguel coming in. I don't know what else you've missed, Jane. You missed me with a cold. You missed Enid with a cold. Uh-huh. I've got boho. I've got a boho sweater or a cardigan or jacket. You know those granny square ones. I've got one of those. Oh, headache. Just go away. Oh, I've got some paracetamol. Perhaps if I take some of them. Now, if I drink too much water this late at night, I have this. It has this weird effect on me that I have to keep getting up in the night. If I don't get up in the night, it could be worse, so couldn't it? Anyway. You know, I'm not at the age yet when I need the incontinence knickers yet, you know. But if I drink too much water, who knows? Are you going, Tracy? Okie dokie. Night night to you. Oh yeah, it's only a cold, Tracy. I'm just being Jane. I'm just being a baby. You know, you're entitled to be a baby when you're poorly, aren't you? A politic. I want my mummy. A politic. Ugh. Oh, I hate that. You know when they don't go down and they stay and they taste vile on your tongue. Oh, oh, I hate the taste of paracetamol. Blah. That was vile. Oh, you've got a terrible cold, have you, as well, Tracy? So have I. Oh my giddy aunt, that tasted awful. Ugh. It's not on my tongue, is it? No, it's not on my tongue. That'll be the, what do you call it? The thumbnail. That'll be the thumbnail. They always picture me going. So it'll probably be. I'm sure somebody has it in for me. They're like, we'll go through the pictures. But, oh, that's an ugly face. We'll have that as a thumbnail. I know you can alter them, but I don't know how. Oh, dearie me. This cold is doing my head in. Never mind, it's Sunday. I can stay in bed tomorrow. I'll have another of my polo mints, my mint with the hole. See if it'll clear my nostrils and get rid of the taste of that paracetamol. Night night, Tracy. Hope you get rid of your cold. Oh dear, dear, dear. Well, it's all quiet upstairs. Oh, my day out was a bit of a we had a lovely meal in the bistro, but St Anne's is not how I remembered it. They were all little shops and they were mostly closed because it was Sunday anyway. But they weren't the same. You know, it's like your memory plays tricks and you think it's a lot better than it was, yeah. Hi, Lashira. Yeah, I want you all working on what I can do with all these colours. What Daniel gave me. I want a nice pattern. I don't want to waste it on something that's not nice. You know, I want a really, really nice crochet pattern to do it with. I'm going to wind one. Wind the bobbin. They're so beautiful. I don't want to ruin it either by choosing a rubbish pattern. You know, I want a pattern that's really going to be. Don't forget they're only 20 gram skeins. I've looked on Ravelry, you know, for ideas of what to do. And all you get is pictures of socks and stuff, and I don't want to make socks. Or patterns that just use 120 gram ball, which I don't want to use. I want to use them. But I can't find like a shawl pattern or something. Or a scarf pattern that uses the colours that I could use them up with. There was a lady who came on it and she said, oh, I've got that. I've got that same bundle. It's called Frog or something, Froggy. From Daniel. So, oh, thank you, Lashira. Yeah, it's only an eBay one. Here I am, winding. Yeah, like I say, I don't want to waste the wool on making something I'm not going to wear, you know. But it's such pretty wool. It feels so soft and so smooth. If any of you have not used Daniel's wool, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Huh? I've not got that many skeins, Lydia. It wouldn't make a blanket. It'd probably make a lacy scarf it would make, or a small shawl it would make. You know, I was even thinking a lot of these have got like a navy blue in with them. So I was thinking of buying a skein of navy blue you know, merino to go in with it. To like make some kind of a zigzag pattern with the navy in between, like, you know, breaking up the colours. When I say a zigzag, I mean like what do they call it? It just goes like that. I call it zigzag. There's a different name for it. But I don't want to do just stripes because I don't think stripes would look nice. They wouldn't be quite so fancy. And I did find a pattern for what I call like a wedge of cheese kind of shawl that starts off small and goes wider. But I don't know quite how you wear them. You know, chevrons, that's the word. That's the word I want, not zigzags. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe I would. What's your idea? Is that a lot of the colours have got like navy in with them. They've got the plain, and then they've got the ones that are colours with the navy. So I was thinking of a navy merino in between. That they might look nice, yeah. So, answers on a postcard, please. Anybody got any ideas? As I say, it's such lovely, lovely wool. I don't want to waste it on something that is not going to look nice, yeah. But every time I look at people who've done mini skeins, there's people who knit, mostly. And they're making things like, you know, mittens or gloves or something. Or they're doing socks in different colours, which, hey, let's face it, I don't wear knitted socks anyway. Well, using merino for socks is a sacrilege to me. It's too beautiful to put it in your shoes. Don't know what anybody else's ideas are. If you had what I've got here, what would you do with it? Please don't say a blanket. I don't have enough for a blanket. It would be an extremely teeny weeny little blanket if I did. See, that's what it looks like in the skein. That's what it looks like in the bowl. Yeah. Yes, it's Ravelry. I looked on Pinterest, but Pinterest gets on my nerves because they show all these fantastic things, and then when you look at the pattern, there's never a link to the pattern. They just put pictures on Pinterest. Put it in the back of the drawer. Yeah. It is gorgeous, honestly. It's gorgeous wool. It's merino. Beautiful. I can't wear wool, but I know I can wear this. So soft. That's why I want to make something nice with it. So I'll finish up just winding up the balls of wool. I think I will get some navy. I'll have a look for navy merino. Let's see. I did look on Daniel's page, but he didn't have any. Didn't have any navy. See, nobody's talking. You're making me sing, and that's not right. A blanket for the doll's house. Be rather a lot of blankets, wouldn't it, I think? A friend of mine's doing up a doll's house as well. She keeps putting pictures of it. She makes me feel very lazy because I've not even thought about mine. He's lovely, isn't he, Daniel? He's absolutely lovely. I didn't ask him for this. He sent me this, and very, very kind of him. Because you know me, I never beg for anything. I just don't ask for things. I'm not that kind of a person. So, yeah, I want some kind of shawl, but I want something. I want a nice pattern, Shad, so that I can use all the colours. You know, it's what. Yeah, I don't want to just use something small. I want to kind of use all the colours, Marie. Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be like chevrons or something in a shawl or a scarf. Yeah, something that I know I could wear. La, 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 la. Oh, tomorrow it's midwife. Call the midwife, and then it's Vera. New episode of Vera tomorrow. That's if you're in the UK. If you're in America, I don't know what you'll be watching. Who knows? Oh, I know. I love me purple. I've got one ball of purple in the bunch. Um, there, one ball, but it's purple with navy. So that's why I'm thinking of navy as a theme, because navy's running through most of the colours. Yeah. All right. Bye, Lydia. I really want to crochet if it's a shawl, because I can't knit on worms. I can't knit on wiggly worms. I can only knit on straight needles. So knitted shawls always have too many stitches for a pair of needles. Bye, Lydia. Enjoy. See you next week. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, my goody aunt. I'm going to clear this nose. I'll never get any sleep again tonight. The minute I lie down, my nose bungs up. And I can't sleep sitting up. Can't do another night without sleep. I'll be having bags on my eyes. La, 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 la. You're not doing your live tonight, Trev? La, 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 la. Ah, one more wound. One more wound. They don't look as nice, do they, when they're wound up? But I can't be bothered getting me wool winder out. How many more skeins have I got to wind? Two. Two, I think. Two. Yeah, I've just got two more to wind. I've got my orange and navy. I shall do the orange next. You've not got the time. Woo. You've not got the time. All your peoples will be waiting. Oh dear. It's very quiet upstairs. They must be all snoozing. Might have been up all night being poorly last night. They had a bit of a dodgy pizza, so they said. I didn't have any, so I was fine. I'm not a pizza lover, not a pizza or a pasta lover. I'll eat anything but. The girl thinks I'm weird because I don't like pasta. They love pasta. They're always making things with pasta, like spaghetti bolognese and stuff like that. And I eat the bolognese and shovel all the spaghetti to one side. Thought they would have got the hint by now with all the pasta that I leave, but I keep saying, not much pasta, please. Not much pasta. They give me enough pasta for about 3 people. I'm not a big eater. I'm a big girl, but I'm not a big eater. I just eat the wrong things. I'll hold my hand up. I'm not one of these people who say, oh, I don't know why I'm fat. I'm not one of them people. No, I know why I'm fat. I don't eat a lot, but I eat the wrong things. You don't have to eat a lot of the wrong things to get fat. Roll on summer when I can have salads and stuff. I did mention salad the other day to these two and got a funny look. Salad in the winter. Yeah, salad in the winter. Quite like it. You know, that green stuff. I used to eat salad all year round. I quite like green stuff. I'd rather have salad than vegetables, actually. Because some vegetables just set my IBS off, or is that too much information for the rest of you? You know, things like cauliflower and cabbage and that, they don't do my stomach any good. But I'm all right with a few leaves of lettuce. They don't affect me. Neither do tomatoes or eggs or things like that. I like watercress. Don't know whether anybody else likes watercress, but I do. I don't know whether you have watercress in America, but we do over here. You probably call it something different, but I'm sure you still have it. I'm sure watercress is watercress wherever you live. But it might be called a different colour, a different name, sorry. There's me doing me orange. Hi, Kathy. Full of a cold. How are you? Apart from that, I'm all right, I think. Just got a stuffy nose. You're good. Oh, right. I'm glad you're okay. We're all a load of crocs on here tonight. We've all got colds and coughs and God knows what. I'm glad you're healthy. I was thinking about you the other day, Jane. There was a picture on Facebook of all these crocheted nutcracker people. I thought, oh, Jane would like them. Oh, we get watercress here. You can buy it in a normal supermarket here. Well, you can in the summer. I don't know so much about the winter. I like watercress. I quite like spinach when it's not cooked. I don't like cooked spinach. I like, the salad spinach. It's got like a nice taste to it, hasn't it? And I like the bags of the mixed leaves. You know, when you get like red cabbages, not red cabbages, red lettuces and stuff like that. You know, when you get curly lettuce and what's it called, radicchio or something. I like all the different kinds of lettuce. But I like baby spinach. Baby spinach and watercress I do like, yeah. It's very cold, -10. Where are you, Kathy? It's -10 here at the North Pole. You can't find it in the Midwest. You'll have to start growing it, Shad. When you get your little house on the prairie, you'll have to get some watercress. It's easy to grow, very easy to grow. Needs a lot of water, mind you, but... Oh, you're in Wisconsin and it's -10. Blimey. That's a bit cold. Have you got snow or is it just cold? Yeah, it needs a lot of water, watercress, but apart from that, it's easy to grow. It's a superfood as well, watercress, isn't it? It's very good for you. I was watching somewhere where they were growing watercress. It looked like, like the rice paddy fields, how they sort of always got water on them. That's sort of how they grow the watercress. And it likes flowing water, watercress. Like, like a river. So I must imagine it would be a bit more difficult to grow unless you grew it in a fountain or something. It doesn't like stagnant water, it likes running water. -25 and you've got 10 inches of snow. Oh gosh, nobody moved to Wisconsin. Gosh, in the UK, if we get 3 inches of snow, everything grinds to a halt. We don't often get really bad snow like that, not very often. It's like every now and again, like every 5 years or something like that, we get snow that bad. Most of the time, we just get a couple of inches of snow, at the most. Some years we don't get that. Where I am this year, I've not had snow because I'm near the sea, but some places have had snow. That's another ball wound. I've only got one more to wind now. And then I want patterns. I like winding them with a hole in the middle like that, where you put your thumb in. My mum used to always do that. She'd always tell which balls of wool my mother had wound because it always had a thumb impression. Right, I'm on the last skein. The last skein of orange and navy blue. Yeah, Little Drops are wonderful as always, doing things with her mini skeins, but she knits, not crochets, she knits. So it's no good looking at her patterns because she just knits things. I've tried all ways. I've tried Googling patterns. I've tried all kinds of things, to get some inspiration. Absolutely nothing. All I get is toys, gloves, hats. That's all I ever get. How do I wind them? I just wind them around my hands and just in little balls, that's all. It was a very, very quiet Christmas, Kathy, because everybody in the family got COVID, so they couldn't come. So we had food for 14, and there was 3 of us. So luckily, thank goodness for freezers, because a lot of it was still in the freezer. So I think we've still got some joints of meat still to eat yet. But luckily, luckily they stay in the freezer, don't they? So it was a very, very quiet Christmas. The Christmas presents had to be dropped on the doorstep. It was a drive past because they couldn't go in because of COVID. So it was very quiet. Not the Christmas we had planned. My son is asleep and he's not got his CPAP machine on because he's snoring, which is bad because he's supposed to be wearing his mask. When he's wearing his mask, he doesn't snore. When he falls asleep without it, he snores like a drain. So I can hear him, so he must be not having his mask on. He's like me, he needs assisted breathing in the night. I couldn't breathe last night anyway, mask or no mask. But that was because of my catarrh. This one is not behaving itself. If you start winding from the wrong end of a skein, it doesn't wind easy. I think I've picked the wrong end of the skein. I've got it round my hands. It's only a little skein. I've got a Swift and I've got a wool winder, but they're both in the shed and I couldn't be bothered. I just wind up little balls by hand. Yeah, I might look for some navy blue merino. Does Alan use a machine? Alan who? Which Alan are we talking about here, Nathan? Marina, aquamarina. No, this has gone into a bit of a knot. You always get one. Ian's dad, why would he? Oh, no, he doesn't use a machine, as far as I know. Don't know. I don't know how he sleeps. I've not seen him not seen him sleeping for 30 years. So I don't know if he uses one. Don't think so. Not heard so. Just me and Ian. We inherited. Oh, thank you, Jane. We inherited my dad's neck. My dad had a bull neck, and I was born without a neck kind of thing, and neither has my son. And it's all to do with the width of your neck, apparently, or whatever. Yeah, it is hereditary. I've got it from my dad, and Ian's got it from me. But I don't think his dad's got it. Don't think so, anyway. I don't know. I don't propose to sleep with him to find out, Nathan. My dad used to suck the curtains in. I don't know how the heck my mother slept with him. He was so bad. Snoring, we're talking about, is inherited. You know, the fact that you have a short neck. Oh, this is in a rectangle, this, isn't it? No, I got it from me dad. My son is. I've not got a neck. Look at that. I used to always want to like swan neck. I can't wear polo necks, they choke me. I've got no neck at all. I envy people with a long swan-like neck. And my son, when he was little, I used to have to only ever buy him a T-shirt with buttons because I couldn't get any T-shirts over his head when he was little because I always had to have the buttons on or cut them and put buttons on. All right, Shad, it's Nibbler's walkabout time. I'll see you next week then. Oh, look at that tangly mess. Jane, you're making a mess. Had to be the last skein, didn't it? Oh, we've tried nasal strips, we've tried everything. But now I've got the CPAP machine, I'm fine. I've got to go back on Thursday, where I will tell them what I think about the mask they gave me. I should be polite. I should just tell them it's CRAP and they can have it back. Telling me they didn't do the mask I've got. Load of rubbish. And people who go to the same clinic as I do got given one. So they do still do them. Oh, the metal rings to stretch the neck. I'd never get one over me. I feel all the time like something is going across there, choking me. That's how it feels. I have difficulty swallowing anything. And yet they keep saying they can't see anything. So. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that mess. Fine mess you made of that, Janet, didn't you? Oh, because I started winding from the wrong end. No, I've had my uvula removed. I've had all my throat lasered. All sorts of things because I wasn't breathing properly because the breathing space at the back of my neck was too small. So they said it was a wonder I wasn't choking all the time. That's hereditary, by the way. And now it just feels like when I'm eating anything, I feel as though I can't swallow it properly. You all heard a mouse again? Oh, God, you and your mouse. I'm sure you're thinking about these mice. They're on your brain, Enid. You need to get a bigger cat. Either that or you need to get the pest control people in. They must like your house. We had a mouse when we first moved in here. But my son killed it and we've not had any more. It freaked me out, honestly, it did. It was only me ever saw it. And I'm sure the family were beginning to think I lost the plot, yeah. Well, report them. Don't you have any environmental health control people that you can report the house to? Tell them they're invading your space. Send the rat men to them 2 houses down. You would think that they'd want to get rid of them if they've got them 2 doors down from you. Well, you could get them to knock on the door and say, I do have a mouse problem. Because people up the street do. We're just fumigating all the houses in the street. We'll tell her to report it if she's seen rats in her back garden. You want to get a tame whatever it is that kills rats. Ferret. Yeah, get a tame ferret. They kill them, don't they? Or a terrier. That's what ferrets are for, isn't it? Get a ferret. Look at that. The last one I'm doing and I have to make a mess of it. All the others have been fine. We've got a terrier so we don't get rats. Rosie'd have them. She'd have them for dinner. Because that's what she is. She's a terrier, she. Ferrets do rabbits, do they? I thought they did rats as well. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll get a snake then. We'll borrow Isaac's snake. Somebody's walking about upstairs. Do you know they don't wear shoes upstairs, yet it sounds like they've got hobnail boots on. Oh God, our Gigi wouldn't have caught nothing. He couldn't have caught a cold, our Gigi. Look at that, I'm still in a mess. How can I get into such a mess? The last skein of all, and I get in a mess. Oh dear. I'm sorry I started this now. I thought I'll just do this last skein. Oh dearie me, I can't go to bed until I've done this. Rosie chases seagulls and everything. I don't know what she'd do if she caught one. Oh, Lord above, Janet, what are you doing? You are getting in such a muddle. I must be getting near the end, surely. Have you got all your food wrapped away in Tupperware tins and things? You haven't got anything loose? Is that what they come for? Have you got flour or sugar or anything loose? You need to put everything in containers. So there's nothing. Nothing open that they can eat. Everything in our house is in a container. We've got nothing open. You know, all the breakfast cereals and everything, they're all in Tupperware. That's what attracts vermin, is things that are loose. Still got a cat's cradle. Still got the cat's cradle here. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Oh, Denise, you're so poorly you didn't know what day it was. Oh, bless. Oh, dear. Are you sure he's not talking to himself, Jane? Yeah, I hope everybody feels better. I hope I feel better today. Look at that mess I'm in. How can I get into such a mess? I'm not giving up. Not giving up. It will sort out. It will. It will. Now you've got me singing the Eye of the Tiger in my head. You're giving me an earworm. I'm going to have to do this ball again. It's a right unscruffy, tidy ball. £4 loss. I've lost 3, but it was the 3 I put on, so I haven't actually lost anything. I'm still 2 up on what I was before. So I can't really call it a loss, can I? Oh, this ball is going to have to get rewound. Have you seen that state of that ball? Oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Whenever I feel bad about my weight, I always tune into that my £600 life. And then I feel so much better about myself. I can't do fasting because I'm diabetic. And that's the worst thing I can do. It's getting near the end. Getting near the end. Oh, the £1,000 sisters, they're gross, they are, aren't they, Nathan? How can anybody get that fat? That is ridiculous. No, they weigh £1,000 between them. One of them's been losing weight, the other one doesn't. I mean, somebody is buying her food. I'm sorry, but somebody is. Take a credit card off her. Stop buying her food. They're probably only doing it because they're on television. It's a sort of a funny fame, isn't it? You know what I mean? Somebody's feeding them, aren't they? You can't tell me they get that big on their own. Somebody's got to buy the food. Somebody's got to be feeding them. Yeah, that big one's a nasty sod, she is. She's nasty to her sister because his sister's got married and had a baby and lost some weight. She gets nasty. They wanted me to have weight loss surgery. I mean, I'm not that big. I said to him, no, thank you. Don't want it. Give it to somebody else who needs it. You know, there were people in the clinic when I was there. Really, really huge, massive, massive people. Oh, hello, we've got a whistle. We've got a whistle. Anybody? I've got my hands full. You can't see her eyes. Her face is that fat. That Tammy. I mean, I'm not being awful, but how did he find it, let alone anything else? She's that fat. She'd never be able to, you know what I mean, without getting too crude about it. But they'd never be able to find it under all that fat. I mean, anybody who dates is just dating her for the publicity and being on the telly, aren't they? They're not dating her because they actually like her. You know, how could he find that attractive? She's ugly. She's not just fat, she's ugly. Yeah, she's on oxygen all the bloody time. For God's sake. You know, if they cut her credit card off, stopped her ordering food online, somebody has to give it to her. She can't get out of bed to go and get it from the door. So I'm sorry, but somebody's feeding her. It's called cruel to be kind, isn't it? You know what I mean? Stick her in her bedroom, shut the door, give her lettuce. That bloke who does the bariatric surgery, I feel so sorry for him because they don't lose it all, anyone, do they, these big women, big men? Yes, I mean, why are they buying her takeaways? She could yell and scream and carry on as much as she wanted, but I wouldn't be giving it to her. No way. Yeah, I feel sorry for that guy. He says, I'll give you Barry bariatric surgery if you lose so much, and they don't, do they? They go away and they come back heavier than ever. He must get so frustrated, that blooming bloke. I'll be like, right, sod you. Go away and die. If you can't accept help, then go away. Other people out there want it. Can't get it because you're taking up a space, so go away. What got me was when they wanted me to have bariatric surgery. The nurse who was actually in the surgery, his nurse was bigger than me. And I'm like saying, well, get her bariatric surgery. She can have mine. She needs it more than me. She was one fat lass, I tell you. Well, I wouldn't bloody push her, Adley. I'd push her down a bloody hill. If I was her husband, I'd find a hill and let go. There's some big fat women round here, and I'll tell you. Not just where I am. If you go into Fleetwood and Cleveland, by God, there's some big ones. And they're only young and all. I'm looking at them in the 20s and I'm like, heck's teeth, what are you going to be like when you're my age? I wouldn't push her. I'd just leave her where she were, mean anything. Say, sod you. I'm overweight. I'm really overweight. I don't like being overweight. I am trying, though. I wouldn't want to be any bigger than I am. Bloody hell. She needs a new wheelchair. She needs a bloody forklift truck. What's a dirty word? Fat, yeah. I'm fat. I'd rather be called fat than obese, to be quite honest. I think obese is a horrible word. Yeah, I don't like the word obese. Morbidly obese is terrible. I was called that. I said, you mean I'm fat? We're not allowed to say that anymore. I said, well, I can say it. I'm fat. But I really went mad when my surgeon, my specialist for my spine, called me morbidly obese. And I was not quite half the size I am now, but yeah. I mean, I've gone past the pleasingly plump, let's just say. My diabetes would be a lot better if I lost weight. And I know, and my what do you call it, my back, and I've finished. Look, I've actually managed it. I need to rewind it though, now it's awful. My my weight affects my back, my knees. I need to do something. I need to get more weight off. Yeah. Well, there's somebody that goes to knit club and she moans all the time and she's absolutely massive. And she said, I won't go to the doctors because the doctor says I'm overweight, too fat. I thought, well, you are. She's twice the size of me and I'm overweight. So does she not see it? I don't look in the mirror and think, oh God, you look lovely today. You look so slender. I look in the mirror and think, gee, you need to lose a lot more weight. I am not in denial like some people are, you know. I wish I could walk. If I could walk, I would walk, but I can't, Jane. My back doesn't let me. It goes into a spasm and then it just like cramps and I can't move and I just fall on the floor. I just wish I could walk. If I could walk, I would walk. I've got a lovely place to walk, haven't I? I could walk up and down the seafront here. I've never been a big walker, but I've always been able to walk. I used to walk miles with the dog when I had Buster, before my back started, yeah. 75 steps a day, gotta do that, walking to the bathroom and back. I walk more here than I did when I was at home, yeah. I do try, but I can't stand the pain. I wish I could. I do try when we go out somewhere, I just take my walker, you know, instead. And I won't take painkillers. We're not going down that route again. Yeah. Anyway, I've been on 3 hours and 42 minutes. When I've wound this ball of wool, I'm going to beddy bows. I don't know why, because I won't be going to sleep. Have you done your 5,000 steps today, Nathan? Or whatever it is you do? I'm rewinding my ball. It looks a bit less messy. Hooray! I've rewound it. It looks a bit more passable. Because she's lazy, Jane. Have you seen that programme? I just want to slap her. She's so argumentative. Every time they ask her to do something, she won't do it. Yeah. Whoa, we done 5,652. My shoulder's hurting now. I did too much knitting. Right, peoples. I'm going to go to beddy bows now. I've been on 3 hours and 43 minutes, which is not doing bad. It is now 1:45, and I've got something sticky on my necklace. Carrying my weight around is painful, Nathan, so I don't know how she does. I would be a heck of a lot better if I lost my weight. So I'm not in denial. Yeah, we all would be better if we lost a bit of weight. Unless you're slender enough already. Unless you're one of the fortunate few who are not overweight. Yeah. Right, peoples, thank you all for your company. And I'm going to go to beddy bows now with my cold. And 46 stone. Oh my God, I'm 16. She's 30 stone heavier than me. Oh. And I'm fat. And she's 30 stone heavier. Right, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and take me cold to bed. Take me stuffy nose to bed. How many pounds is... There's 14 pounds in a stone, so I don't know. She's 46 times 14 pounds. 649 pounds. Ah. I'm 16 times £14, which I don't work that out, but it's a lot. Way too heavy. Yeah. I'll let somebody else do the math on that one. 16 times 14. Too many is the word. 16 times 14. So what's that? 160 and 56. That's over £200 I am, so that's 200. Oh, I can't work it out. It's 160, isn't it, plus 56. That's 200 and 224. That's way too heavy. Way too heavy. I should be about 140 at the most. Yeah. Oh, I wish I was 14.7, Nathan. Wish I was. Right, it's telling me my computer is about to go to sleep, so I think it's time I went to sleep. So thank you, everybody, for your company tonight and keeping me company with my cold. And I really want you all to think about a pattern from this Dead for Daniel's wool for me. And then I can make something nice with it. And I shall let you know if I do any more knitting. Okay, now, bye for now, everybody. And everybody who's poorly, hope you get better soon. So bye now.